Hi, my name is Ruth Wishman. This is my lesson for Education 623D08. It is on math story problems in a first grade classroom. All right, good morning guys. How was gym class? Did you guys have fun? Great! Well, now we're going to work on some math. I know, you see Oreos all over the place. Don't eat them yet. They are for the lesson. So we're going to talk about story problems. Who can tell me what a story problem is? Yes. Great, yes. Story problems are you're going to tell a story and you're going to use math in there. Did you look at my board and see that that's what we were doing today? All right, so how we're going to do this is everybody has an Oreo. Let's see if we can make a story problem with these Oreos. Let's do an addition problem first. Grace over here has one Oreo. What if I give Grace 2 more Oreos? I have 2 Oreos here. What if I give her 2 more? How many Oreos does Grace have now? Tom? 3. Yes, 3. 3 is how many she has. So how can we make that into a story problem? Could we say maybe Grace had 1 Oreo, Mrs. Wishman gave her 2 more. How many Oreos does Grace have in all? 3. Great, good job guys. But what if I want to do a subtraction question? What if I want to take Oreos back? Because, you know, they are my Oreos, right? So, what if I want to take them back? I gave David over here 5 Oreos. I know, right? Not fair. But this is what we're going to do. How about if I say, David, may I please have 3 Oreos? Thank you, David. He gave me 3 Oreos. What can we say for a subtraction problem? Okay, let's do it this way. David had 5 Oreos. David gave me 3 Oreos, so he gave Mrs. Wishman 3. How many Oreos does David have left? Anybody? Grace? 2. 2 Oreos are left. Great job. Thank you, David. All right, so we're going to work on some story problems. I have a story problem up on the board. We're not going to use Oreos for counting. That would just be too many Oreos and you'd have a bellyache. But we are going to use pennies, Unifix cubes, and we're going to draw. So you get 3 different ways to learn how to do a story problem. Let's start with the first problem. We have Sam has 4 balloons. Trent gave him 2 more balloons. How many balloons does Sam have in all? So what do we know about this problem? What can we figure out and underline about this problem? Think about it for a minute. Alex back there, tell me what you are thinking. What can we underline? Yes, we can underline 4 balloons because we know Sam has 4 balloons. What else can we underline? David, what else can we underline? Trent gave him 2 more, so we can underline 2 more balloons. Great. What do we need to know? Who can tell me what we need to know? Gabrielle. How many balloons does Sam have in all? Let's just circle this so we know exactly what we need to know. All right, so how are we going to figure this out? He has 4. He gets 2 more. How are we going to figure this out? Let's try drawing it. For this one, we'll draw. We're going to draw circles just to make it easy. 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are the 4 balloons Sam has, right? What about the 2 more? Let's add 2 more balloons to that. Now we're going to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many balloons does Sam have now in all? 6. You guys are right. Great job. So now how would we write this though? Now we've got it drawn. We figured it out. We did the same thing with Oreos, but how would you write a problem like this? I'm a little confused. So let's see here. Trent, why don't you tell me, what number would be the first number we should probably put in our addition question? 4? Yes, 4 would be what we would put. What about our second part of our addition question? 4 plus what is going to give us our answer? 4 plus what? Calvin, tell me what you think. 2? Yes, 2, because we have our 2 right up here, and we added 4 plus 2 equals, everybody together, because we all know the answer by now, it's right there, 6. Good job, guys. All right, we're going to do another addition, 2 more subtraction, then I'm going to give you your own papers, and you guys are going to do your own. So let's go to our next one. Kennedy has 6 pencils. Steve gave her 2 more pencils. How many pencils does Kennedy have in all? For this question, we're going to underline We're going to circle, and then we're going to use pennies. We're going to count with our pennies to see how many pencils Kennedy has. So let's look at what we need to underline. Kennedy has 6 pencils. You are right. Thank you. Next time, raise your hand. Steve gave her 2 more pencils. Melissa, what do you think? What are we underlining this time? 2 more pencils. How many pencils does Kennedy have? That's what we're going to circle. That's what we need to know. We need to know how many does she have in all. So tell me. Let's see here. 6 pencils and 2 pencils. I know some of you guys can do this in your head, but we're going to use some pennies and we're going to count. So I'm going to turn on the Active Inspire here, and we're going to count using pennies. We have 6 plus 2 more. Is that right? Do you guys remember? All right, let's count them out. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now how many more was it? 2 more pencils. Steve gave her 2 more pencils. So let's count how many pennies do we have all together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So how many? 8. You guys are right. Let's go ahead and write that on our board. So we have 8. So this time we use pennies. We could still draw it if we wanted. We are going to write it now though for sure. So let's see here. Let's draw it real quick too. We use pennies, but let's draw it. Let's use hearts. We'll draw 6 little hearts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many more hearts do I need to make 6? 1 more. Good job. 2 more. 2 more right here. We have 8 hearts. Now let's write it. 6 pencils. Plus how many more pencils did Steve give her? 2. Gives us how many altogether, guys? You guys see it right there. 8. Good job. All right, guys. You guys are really good at this. So let's go to some subtraction and see what you can do. Let's see if I can trick you on subtraction. Iris has 7 dolls. She gave Rachel 3 of her dolls. What a nice friend, don't you think? How many dolls does Iris have left? All right. We have some things to figure out. We need to circle what do we know? Or underline what do we know? Iris has 7 dolls. What do we know she did with her dolls? She gave 3 of her dolls to Rachel. How many dolls does Iris have left? Well, that's our question. That's what we're trying to figure out here. So, how many does she have left? Let's use Unifix cubes for this one. I have a bunch of little white Unifix cubes. I have some red ones and brown ones and black ones. Let's try putting them together and see what we have. Iris has 7 dolls, so let's count 7 Unifix cubes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. We have 7 Unifix cubes here. She's going to give 3 of these dolls to Rachel. Do you think she's going to have more or less after this? How many is she going to have left? More or less? Anybody? More? Okay. What do you think? Less. All right, well, let's see who's right here. We have 7 dolls, right? Unifix cubes, dolls. Let's take away 3. 1, 2, 3. Does she have more or less now? Less. Yes, you're right, Grace. How many less? What does she have left? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. So we know Iris had 7 dolls. She gave Rachel 3 dolls. How many does she have left? 4 dolls. So we're not going to draw it this time. We're just going to write it. And then on our next problem, we'll go ahead and draw it. We have 7 minus 3 equals 4. Good job, guys. You guys are doing great with this. Let's draw for the next one. Jacob has 6 toy cars. How exciting, right, David? Jacob gave 4 cars to Robert. How many toy cars does Jacob have left? Let's think about this. Let's underline what we know. 6 toy cars. He gave 4 toy cars to Robert. So how many toy cars does does he have left? All right, let's draw it this time. We're going to start with Jacob has 6 cards. So we're going to do our circles again. Let's count. Let's make sure we have 6 circles. Can you guys help me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 cards. How many did he give to Robert? Show me with your hands. Show me with your hands. Good job. 4. So we are going to cross out 4 because he gave 4 away. How many does Jacob have left? Show me with your hands. How many does Jacob have left? 2. 2 Jacob has left. Now, we're going to write it down here. Help me out, guys. Jacob started with how many cards? 6. We always put the big number first because we are only in first grade. We're not going to do negative numbers. So we always put the big number first. Then we're going to put the next number next. What is it? 4. 6 minus 4. Everybody show me with your hands. 2. Good job, guys. All right, I have some practice for you guys. You guys get to do your own. So, I'm going to show you what you have. I'll pass it out, and you guys will get to work. Here we go. We have 4 problems for you guys to do. 2 addition, 2 subtraction. It goes like this. Troy has 5 stickers. Trent gave him 2 stickers. How many stickers does Troy have in all? All right, don't tell me. You guys have to figure it out on your own. So, we're going to have 2 of these type of questions. You may draw it. You may use pennies. You may use Unifix cubes. It is your choice. You have 3 options, 3 different ways in which you can use these options. You have Unifix cubes back there. You have pennies up here. Next, we have subtraction questions. August has 4 buttons. She gave Tim 3 of her buttons. How many does she have left? Make sure you underline everything. Make sure you circle everything that you don't know. You need to make sure you underline and circle so you don't mess up the problems. Then, the very last page. This is my favorite page. You guys get to be the teacher. You get to draw. You get to write a storybook problem all on your own. Whatever you want. Now, I don't want it to be big numbers like 100 plus 200 equals 600 because that would not be right. So, I want you guys to keep it simple. 5 plus 5. You could do some 10 plus 2 if you want, but I really don't want you to go to any higher than having the answer come out to 20. All right? Then, when we are all done, we will take a few minutes and you guys can be the teacher and share your problems with the class. I'm going to pass these out now, and then I will walk around. You may get up and get either pennies, Unifix cubes, or you may draw on your own. So, we're going to just work on this silently for just a few minutes. I'll walk around. If you have questions or need to know how to read or do anything, just ask me. We'll figure it out together. It's always easier when you have help. There you go. You guys have pencils. Make sure you pick Unifix cubes, pennies, or you choose to draw because I do need to see how you came up with your answers. All right, you guys may go ahead and get started. Great job. Good. Yep, you're doing great. Oh, good. I see. Yep. Well, let's use some Unifix cubes so you can figure it out. Maybe you can use them and figure out 5. Let's see. We got 4 here. Let's do one more. 4, 5. Now, how many more did Trent give him? 2. Yes, you are right. So, put them all together. Add them up. Tell me what you come up with. Good. You came up with 7. Now, how would you write it? Could you draw the Unifix cubes in there? Could you show me with boxes? Good job. Keep going. Looking good, guys. You guys are doing great with this. I love that some of you guys just flew through those addition problems and already on subtraction. Good job. Oh, James, you're already starting your story problem. All right, I can't wait to see what you've put. Yep, good job. Keep going. Great. You guys are doing great. Love this. I'll give you guys a few more minutes to go through this. Make sure you're using your pennies. Make sure you're drawing something. Make sure you show me how you came up with that answer. I cannot wait to see those story problems. Looks good. All right, guys, let's go ahead. Eyes on me. Classity class. All right, we are going to now share and be the teacher. I just want you to stand at your desk. You can stand up. You can be the teacher. You can read the problem. And then I want you to have one of your classmates solve it. Here's how we're going to do that. You guys, the one thing I did not pull out was extra paper because you had the extra paper for drawing right there on their thing. I'm going to give you paper now so you can solve the story problems. All right, let's see here. Let's start with James. James, you were done first with your story problem, so why don't you go ahead and start. Tell me, what is your story problem? Okay, so we have, James said, in case you couldn't hear him, Tom had 10 puppies. He gave away 5 of them. How many puppies does Tom have left? Good question, James. That's a lot of puppies. I don't think I'd want that many puppies. So let's see here. Who wants to answer that question? Use your blank paper that you were given and go ahead and write out the question. All right, Alex, tell me, what do you think, girl? What do you think the answer is? 10 minus 5 is 5. You are correct. Great job. Let's do a few more. Sue, what do you think? What is the problem you came up with? Okay, for those that didn't quite hear, 9 minus 6. She said that she had 9 Twizzlers. She got 6 more. Oh my. This is a lot. You guys are going to have to draw this. You can use the pennies, you can use the Rubik's Cubes, but it's going to take something. You've got to use your brain power on this one. Good question, Sue. 9 plus 6. What is the answer? Does anybody have it? Let's see here. John, what do you think? What's the answer? You say what? 15? Who agrees with John? Who thinks John's right? Ooh, I love all these hands being raised. Great job. It shows you guys are really working hard. Good job. You guys are correct. That is right, 15. All right, guys, who wants to eat their Oreos? So this is what we're going to do. Today we did story problems. We looked at addition and subtraction problems. We only did little ones today because it was the introduction. But throughout the week, we're going to finish working on these. We're going to get them a little bit more in depth, make them a little bit harder, really challenge some of you guys to really work on these. Don't forget, you always have Unix cubes. You always have something else like you can draw, use Unix cubes, or even pennies. I'll keep the pennies here in the class for you. You can use those also. Make sure you use something to draw if you get stumped. Sometimes it's harder than you think. All right, guys, are you ready? Do you guys want to eat your Oreos? All right, all papers will get passed to me, and then you can eat your Oreos. Thank you, guys. You guys did a great job today.